Hi everyone, this is Excellence Journey Institute. My name is Bridget Olowojini. I welcome you to this channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how to move from nothing to something. We are going to be considering the story of a boy who had no physical ears, who was dumb and deaf, but was able to speak and hear again. How he did that, we're going to discover in the course of this video. If you're not yet interested, because the lessons we're going to be deriving from the story of this person will help you to achieve whatsoever thing that you want to achieve in life. If you are currently in the state of nothingness, confusion, stagnation, and limitation, the lessons we're going to derive from the story of this child who was deaf and dumb will help you to leave whatsoever situation, stagnation, and limitation that you are right. So make sure you stay tuned as we unveil certain lessons that will help you to excel in life. Before we get into the main video, if you know that you are not a member of this community yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you'll be one of those who would first receive the notification when we upload new videos every week. Let's get right into the video. Take your bio and take your journal and let's get started. This is actually worth the watch. If you really know that you're passionate about growth, you want to learn the rudiments, the basic things that will help you to move from that bondage of limitation. Watch this video till the very end. And I'll be using this book. I'll be taking the life lesson from this book, Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill, he used his own child as an example to discuss the impact of desire. His message in this chapter, talking about desire, says that if you have a burning desire to achieve anything in life, that burning desire alone is enough for you to succeed, to achieve, to fulfill purpose in life. He's saying that whatever you desire, whatever you decide to do, without a burning desire to drive you, you will not be able to achieve absolutely. So whatever looks very difficult for you to achieve, what you lack is a burning desire to achieve that thing. It doesn't matter your financial background. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your tribe or your race. You need a burning desire to achieve whatever thing you really want to achieve in life. Now, this episode that I've decided to be shooting, this episode of From Nothing to Something, what we actually aim at doing is projecting the lives of people who are successful, who are influential, who are impacting their world, but they were not born with everything they needed in life. They did not have money, they did not have the influence, they didn't come from a very good background, just like you and I. They started with absolutely nothing and they achieved so high. They achieved so high. These are the people that you should be looking towards. These are the people that you should be looking at. These are the people that should inspire you. That if this person did not have a good family background, a financial background, good financial background, did not have everything that he didn't have everything that he needed in life, yet was successful. He was in the position that you are right now, but he was able to put himself out in order to be able to fulfill purpose, then you can. Well, this story that I'm about to read, out and draw out lessons from, is not about the story of someone who was poor and now is rich. It's actually the story of a boy who was born dumb and deaf, like I already said, but was able to eventually hear and speak. How? Napoleon Hill says, as a fitting climax to this chapter, I wish to introduce one of the most unusual people I have ever known. I first saw him a few minutes after he was born. He came into the world without any physical sign of ears. Just imagine. He came into this world without any physical sign of ears. And the doctor admitted, when pressed for an opinion, that the child might be a deaf and mute for life. I mean, for life. for life. Just as you are thinking about yourself right now that you may be poor for life, or somebody has actually projected that mentality to you that you may be poor for life. The doctor admitted that this boy would be dead for life. He said, I challenge the doctor's opinion. Now, let me just open my journal so that we can get started. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I have here point number one. The father of the deaf child heard that his child may be deaf and dumb for life. This news brought the awareness of a challenge to him, challenge that seemed bigger than him and impossible to accomplish. When people give birth, they expect a perfect child. But when Napoleon Hill had his second son, he didn't get a perfect child. He got a child that was deformed. He got a disabled child. Who are you? What is that challenge right now? Can you identify it? He heard, he knew, he was told about a challenge. And that challenge is meant to be there for life. Let's assume that the challenge you're currently facing right now is meant to be there for life. That you were told that you can never walk again for life. That you were told that somebody peradventure had shown your glory and then you can never be successful again. Or let's even say that your glory is still intact, that you've been trying, you've been making attempts to be successful in life, yet nothing to show for it. Let's assume that you've tried every mechanism, everything that you needed to survive, but it looks as though your life is stagnant. What is that challenge exactly that looks like this is for life? You're already aware that this is the challenge. You already, my God, I'm talking to you, may be aware that you are facing the challenge of stagnation, limitation, extreme, unbearable poverty. We'll just proceed. He was aware. The father of this deaf child was aware, just like you're aware right now of your current position. The reason you're watching this video right now is because you want to see the lesson derived from this story, how it helped this child to hear and talk again, how you can equally use that in your life to get out of your current situation. Awareness. If you are not even aware right now, become aware of the reason you are in the position you are right now. So for me, one of the things that I had to come to realize was that I was poor in time management. I would write out my to-do list. I would do everything in my to-do list, but I would end up being stressed and exhausted. It was as bad as me having to wake up by 3, by 2 sometimes, so that I can be able to do everything that I've set out to do that day. It was really that poor that I had no time for social media. I mean, if I wanted to do social media, if I wanted to spend out time on social media just to laugh and, while away time, the time was not there. I had no time to to talk to friends. I was like, this is not a good way to live a life. Whenever I still have many other things to do in life. So this little activity that I'm doing right now is really taking my time. No, I don't even have time for self-care, to do exercise and do all of those things. I was just all about doing, a lot of things that I just need to talk to myself. Bridget, you need to learn time management. That conclusion came because I was aware of the reason that I am stressed and exhausted every day of my life. I should be sleeping as a reward for my productivity. But I'm sleeping because I'm stressed and exhausted. Sometimes I even sleep off. I was struggling with time to pray, time to study the word, time to meditate. But because of that awareness, I am no longer in that zone. I have left that zone. Awareness. What is causing that limitation? What is causing the struggle right now? What is causing the state of confusion? What is causing the state of stagnation and limitation? Why do you think that you're not improving, you're not moving forward? The reason could be spiritual and it could not. If whatever it is, whatever is the reason, awareness is the first key. Awareness is the first key. He was aware. Imagine he never knew. It's not possible, but just imagine he was not told. Just imagine that Napoleon Hill traveled and he was never told. How would he? Let's continue to read. He proceeded. I challenged the doctor's opinion. I had the right to do so. I was the child's father. I to reach a decision and rendered an opinion, but I expressed the opinion silently in the secrecy of my own heart. The second point now. The father of the child challenged the doctor's opinion because it was the father of the child. The position that he challenged the issue from was from the position of the father of the child. So now when you are aware of your current status, of your current issue, whatever thing that you think is the reason anything is happening to you right now, first is awareness. Then the second is that you have to take ownership. This is my problem. Don't deny it. You see, you have no business denying what you are passing through. If you are poor, don't wrap it with a beautiful wrapping paper and say you are an average person. You are poor. Either you are poor or you are rich. That's what I believe. Either I am poor or I am rich. If I am poor, I know so the awareness of that status will enable me to move away, to want to move away, to aspire to move away and become a rich person. The awareness of the fact that I am not diligent will enable me to want to do more, to be diligent, to aspire to be diligent. The awareness of the fact that I am not an organized person, taking ownership of that would enable me to look for solutions and become more organized. The awareness of knowing that I am not a neat person will enable me to want to be neat if I aspire to be neat. The awareness that I am not earning any well as of now, and I know that I can earn well if I put in more effort, if I know that I can double my income, I am aware and I'm taking ownership, then I will be able to do things. Take necessary steps. Don't be in denial. Don't live in denial. If you know that your spiritual life is poor, take ownership. Take ownership. It's yours. Okay? So if you want to challenge that situation right now, after becoming aware, take ownership and challenge that situation as a career. I knew I was very bad with time management. I knew. I shot a video on time management. Please, I'll drop the link in the description box below. Make sure you watch that video. If you want to know how to manage your time effectively, become productive, and eliminate stress, please watch that video. Okay, let's proceed. Said I too reached a decision and rendered an opinion, but I expressed the opinion silently in the secrecy of my own heart. Let's now go to point 3. Okay, let me just read out some things here before we proceed. I said, as a person, you must identify and acknowledge the challenge is ours, then discard every opinion that may aggravate the impossibilities of conquering that challenge as the dream carrier. You are the dream carrier. You are the dream carrier. You are the dream carrier. So you need to take ownership, like I already said, and challenge the situation from that position as a dream carrier. Anything that wants to render your dream nullity, you will have to challenge it as the person who is carrying the dream. Nobody, I can only motivate you. I cannot move you to take action. I cannot push you. I can only motivate you. So the reason you are watching this video is because you have a dream that you carry and you want that dream to manifest. Whatsoever thing that is standing as a barricade, as a challenge, as a roadblock, you're in the best position to challenge it. I said, remember, for every action word, there's an opposite word and vice versa. Therefore, the word impossible has the opposite word possible. Consequently, for everything that looks impossible can also be possible depending on your mindset and viewpoint. So there is nothing that is impossible. If there is a word can't, there is another word can. If there's a word impossible, there is a word possible. So if there's a word like wealth, if there's a word like poverty, there's a word like wealth. You have to take your stand. Where do you belong? For the third point, let's read this. I too challenged the decision, rendered an opinion, but I expressed the opinion silently in the secrecy of my own heart. This brings us to the third point, which is the father of the deaf child, the dream carrier, rendered a contrary opinion in his mind in the secrecy of his heart, amidst several voices discouraging you. whether physical voices or your inner voice. You have the responsibility, the obligation to render contrary opinion. Like I said, for everything negative, there is a positive side of it. For every negative word, there is the opposite of it, which is the positive word. So whatsoever anybody says about you and about your dream, stand as a dream carrier and say contrary opinion. If someone tells you that it is impossible for you to take this action, to host this program, to host this event, it is impossible to get financial support, stand as a dream carrier and say, I know it is possible to actualize this dream. It is possible to actualize this dream that I carry. It is possible to have every support that I need to actualize this dream. Therefore, I will do everything it takes legally to bring this dream into reality. I am not going to close my eyes and believe whatsoever anybody is saying. If somebody tells you that the course you are going to read is not a sellable course and you are convinced, stand as a dream carrier and render contrary opinion. If someone says that, oh, you are going to school, who will support you, and you believe inside of you that you know that you will go and you will succeed, as the dream carrier, render a contrary opinion, not necessarily in the open, not necessarily to the face of the person, but in the secrecy of your heart. You can also do that in the secrecy of your heart. Somebody is advising you, saying things contrary to your dream. Stand as the dream carrier and say, you think it is impossible. I believe it is possible. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you say. I believe as a dream carrier that I am going to succeed. I am going to excel. I am going to triumph in this journey that I am on. Your opinion does not count. Let's proceed. He said, I decided that my son would hear and speak. Nature could send me a child without ears. But nature could not induce me to accept the reality and affliction. The third point is that the father of the deaf child decided that his child would hear and speak again. What is your decision? What are you currently going through? What challenge are you currently facing right now? What challenge are you currently facing? What is withholding you from progress? You have to make that decision. I will prosper. I will be healed again. I will make it. I will live. I will conquer poverty. You have to make that decision. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, how can you even make it? How many uncles do you have that can help you? Who will employ you with your CV? Make that decision and say, nature could bring me into a home that cannot provide for my need. But I will not surrender to whatsoever nature has subjected me to. I am in charge and I decide today to leave poverty. Nature could have brought me or put me in a society that deprives me of good education and of good connection. But I decide today that I will study and I will do the course of my desire. I will have the right connection to succeed in life. See, decide. Make a decision. We are going somewhere because of time. I'm watching time. The father of the deaf child knew that the child would hear. He said that I was sure there must be a way. I knew I would find it. I thought of the words of immortal Emerson. The whole course of things goes to teach us things. We need. Don't let me jump. I think I'm jumping. Okay. He said that in my own mind, I knew that my son would speak, would hear and speak. How? I was sure there must be a way. I knew I would find it. What do you think? The next point says that the father of the child knew that his child would hear and speak someday because he knew there must be a way out and he was willing to find it. There is nothing without solution. Do you ever think? See, okay, for every difficult situation, there must be a solution somewhere. This method has always helped me. Anytime I am faced with certain challenge, I will sit down and say, Bridget, there is nothing without solution. There is nothing without solution. So this, you'll find a solution, you will seek for it, you will find it because it is somewhere hanging in the air. I will sit and I will expect the solution to come to me. So what do you think? What do you know? What do you absorb? What do you think about your current situation? It matters. One day, I will leave this situation. It is a matter of time. One day I will be married. One day I will be wealthy. One day I will be influential. One day I will have access to influence and connection. One day I will leave this abject poverty. One day I will leave this environment. One day I will travel around the world, and you have to know it to be true. It doesn't matter what people say, you have to know it to be true. What do you know about yourself? What do you think and know about yourself? Me, let me tell you. One day millions of people will hear my voice on this channel. One day, I will become very influential. I will become a person who impacts a world. One day, I will be so wealthy that I will have to help the poor and sponsor the kingdom of God. One day, I will be one of the best legal practitioners in this Nigeria. I will be one of the best authors who write books that transforms life. It doesn't matter what situation I am right now. It doesn't matter whether people are even looking towards my side. I have said what I will become. And it is indubitable because I take steps that would that will push me towards my destiny. And I know that the Lord is with me. He will help me. He will send help to me. He will send guidance to me. The word of the Lord is the lamp for my feet and light to my path. Do you believe? Do you know? Do you think of good things to yourself? What do you think of yourself? And what do you know of whom you will become? Very essential. Let's go to the next point. So, the father of the child, the burning desire more than anything, and he never receded, he never conceded. He said that, in my own opinion, so he said that I was sure there must be a way, and I knew I would find it. I thought of the words of immortal Emerson. Before we get there, the father of the child, I have the 6th point. The father of the child had a burning desire more than anything else, and it never receded. You've backed out of your plans. You wrote a business proposal, but you're no longer executing because one step failed. How strong is the burning desire to succeed? You will listen to this video. You will watch me speak and motivate you, but you will end up only being motivated and nothing will change in your life because you will not take steps. And even if you take steps, once one failed, you will think, don't allow any challenge to hinder you from if any challenge hinders you, that means you need to go and boost your burning desire. You don't have enough burning desire. He said, I was sure there must be a way. I knew I would find it. I thought of the words of immortal Emerson. The whole course of things goes to teach us faith. We need only obey. There is guidance for each of us. And by lowly listening, we shall hear the right words. Point 7 says, the father of the deaf child received guidance of the fulfillment of his desire. The child father stumbled upon the words of one immortal Emerson, which says, the whole course of things goes to teach us faith. We need only to obey. There is guidance for each of us, and by lowly listening, we shall hear the word. And by obeying the instruction, he began to receive instructions, things that would help him to overcome his child's deafness and dumbness. There is instruction for everybody. If you like, copy my if I expose the things that I do to succeed, they may be right for you. But wait, let God whisper to you too. What steps it needs you to take. His word is a lamp for your feet and a light to your paths. So allow him to guide you. Meditate. Have a moment of silence and reflection. And let guidance form. Don't be the one to always want to put in effort, take steps all by yourself. You are not enough. You are not enough. You are not enough to do the things that you want to do to succeed in life. You are not enough. So you need guidance. You can only receive the guidance if you anticipate that there is a force that can drop to you instructions that will help you to alleviate the situation that you are in. So, the right word, desire, more than anything else, I desired that my son should not be a deaf mute. From that desire, I never receded, not for a second. Many years previously, I had written, all our only limitations are those we set up in our mind. For the first time, I wondered if that statement were true. Lying on the bed in front of me was a newly born child without natural equipment of hearing, Even though he might hear and speak, he was obviously disfigured for life. Surely, this was a limitation that child had not set up in his own mind. So what would I do? Think about it. Somehow, I would find a way to transform into that child's mind my own burning desire for ways and means of conveying sounds to his brain without the aid of ears. That child does not have faith. He's a newborn, but the father had faith, had a burning desire to see his own child hear and speak again. And what he needed to do was not to transfer the same burning desire into him for whatsoever thing that he did. I don't know, maybe we'll get to all of those parts. But as a person, you need a burning desire. You need it. In fact, I don't need to be telling you, you need it because you need it will not come down from heaven, it will not drop upon you. You need the desire to see your life transformed and changed. If not, Kuniwa, it won't come. As soon as the child was old enough to cooperate, I would fill his mind so completely with a burning desire to hear that nature would, by method of our own, translate it into physical reality. All this thinking took place in my own mind, and I spoke of it to no one. Every day, I renewed the pledge I had made to myself not to accept a death mute for a son. Okay, so let me ask you, how often do you renew your own pledge? You want to leave the situation that you are right now, but you don't remind yourself every day. Hey. You know why I shouted? Because I had to know this for the truth. I had to realize that, Bridget, if you know that you want to really be successful, tend to your inner mind every day. Let your spirit listen. Because when you are asleep, your spirit is awake. Your spirit is awake. Your spirit goes to the dream world. Your spirit hears things and people that you cannot hear. Your spirit is the one that will defeat you. What are you feeding your mind with? What are you feeding your spirit with? What are you feeding your spirit with? What are you telling your spirit? What information? What are you making your spirit to be aware of about you? You give up, your spirit gives up. You don't care, your spirit don't care. Remind yourself, I am a superstar. I am a child of God. I have identity in Christ Jesus. I am purposeful. I am on a mission to influence and impact the world. I respond to the instruction of God that says, in case, be productive and dominate this earth. I am full of grace. I am full of favor. I am full of dignity. I am full of virtues. I am full of value. I am full of wisdom. I am a person of intellect. I am a person of value. I am smart. I excel in life. I am wealthy. I am not poor. I succeed in whatsoever I lay my hands upon. That is how to remind yourself. That is how you renew your spirit. I even go as far as sending my spirit on an errand. Oh, yeah, Lord, go and do this for me. Because I know that I cannot be everywhere. And it's just me taking possession of this seat right now. But my name will be mentioned and defend me there. Go and bring favor to me. Go and be excellent. I want to become a magnet that attracts so many good things in this world. What do? You renew your pledge. Every day you tell yourselves, I cannot make it. I cannot make it. Hey, no. Change today. Change. It is time. Okay, let's talk like brothers and sisters. It is time for you to change. And if you want to see that change manifest in your life, talk to yourself every day. Stand before the mirror and say, I am beautifully made by God. God's desire for my life is to increase, is to be productive, and to dominate this earth. I will live my life in productivity, in fruitfulness, in multiplication, and in dominion. It doesn't matter what my current status looks like. I am overcoming. That dead bone in my life will rise again. Renew your pledge every day. So let's go. We have a few points. Oh my God, I'm exhausting so much time already. The father of the deaf child noticed that what he had. Okay, this paragraph says, as he grew older and began to take notice of things around him, we observed that he had a slight degree of hearing. Someone who had no physical ears, but the father of the child was already doing things, putting some things together to just see that this guy should be able to hear. They began to observe that he had a slight degree of hearing. When he reached the age when children usually begin to talk, he made no attempt to speak, but we could tell by his actions that he could hear certain sounds slightly. That was all I wanted to know. I was convinced that if he could hear, even slightly, he might develop still greater hearing capacity. I have in the ninth point, the father of the deaf child noticed what he had, moved his focus from what he did not have to what he now had. Then leverage your needs. What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? Right now, the reason you're where you are right now is because you are thinking of what you don't have, what you need that you don't have. How about what you have that is not enough? You need ₦1,000,000 to start a business, but you have ₦1,000. That's very small, right? But some of you even have ₦100,000. Let's assume that what you have is ₦100,000. Start with it. You want to own a restaurant, right? That was your vision, to own a restaurant. You're waiting for the money to fall down from heaven. Don't wait. Don't wait anymore. Enough. Use that ₦10,000 to start something and cook for 3 people. Choba? 3. Tell people that you can cook. Receive orders. Receive orders. The first 3 people that pays. In fact, this is even starting with no money, no capital. But let's say the first 3 people that shows intention. This is even going. I'm going too far. Use that ₦10,000 to buy. You need gas. You need pepper. You need this and that. Many things that you just need to start. For phones, some things that you know that once you have it, it will last you for some times. Then do a flyer. Tell a friend, please help me to do a flyer, or pay to do the flyer, and say now you cook. Receive your orders. Cook. Start by cooking the every meal yourself. That's what you have. You have yourself. And you have food at home, right? You have food stuff at home. Cook delicious meal for yourself. Post it online. Give your flyer and tell people that you cook delicious food. Tell them you only deliver every Saturdays. People are even exhausted to cook every Saturdays. During weekends most times. Tell them, see, you want to own a restaurant, you love to cook. Start with potato and fried egg, yam and fried egg. It does not even cost so much. Still jeans. That is what you have. If it is still that your money can afford, start with that. One day somebody will call you. I have a birthday party. I have a wedding ceremony. Can you cook for me? Use what you have. Now, don't wait for what you don't have. You want to start content. You are waiting for a good phone. Start with what you have. Start with it. Start with what you have. Just don't find that phone that you don't have. Start with it. Go and download CapCut and edit it to your tastes. Let people mock you. You will grow. You will grow. That growth will happen. The universe will not watch you like that if you don't give up. The universe does not like people that give up. The universe want people that can be trusted in a circle. Are you trusted? How can the universe trust you? Do you easily give up? You want to be rich. You want to be you want to be among the influential and the wealthy people. These are the people that the universe favors. But these people did certain things that moved them from where they were to where they are right now. Are you ready to do those things without giving up? Start with what you have. Filoni, what do you have in your disposal? What do you have? Start with. Let's continue. Let's read another paragraph that will take us to our next point. Then something happened which gave me hope. It came from an entirely unexpected source. We bought a recorder player. We bought a record player. When the child heard the music for the first time, he went into spaces and promptly operated the machine. It still showed a preference for certain records. Someone could not hear, someone could not speak, but could now begin to hear because of the faith impacted into him by his father. When you do everything necessary that would enable you to prosper, when you take every steps that you need to take without giving up, without retreating, without surrendering, your dream will now begin to dance to the tune of the records that you play. You now begin to see things, life change and manifesting towards your favor. Your dream will not dance to any tune if you don't play any record. What record are you playing? Positivity, surrendering, regret, fear, giving up, negativity, whatsoever. or the record that you play, the tune that your dream hears is positivity, aspiration, encouragement, diligence, consistency, constant reminder of your person and identity. What tune? Your dream will dance to the tune of the record that you play. It depends on what you play. That is what your dream dances to. So don't fault your dream for dancing to the tune that doesn't please you. It is what you play that your dream dances to. Let's proceed because of time. The father of the child began to translate his burning desire into reality. The father of the child began to translate his burning desire into reality. Now that the child was responding gradually by hearing sounds, the father of the child began to take more and further steps towards actualizing his dream. He started buying more hearing aids and other equipment. His faith equally improved. When he realized that his child could hear, could now begin to speak a little, could dance to the tune of records and all of those things, he did not stop there. Don't be okay with being a mediocre. Don't be okay with being there. Don't be okay with thank God I'm eating. Don't be okay with thank God I have a place to stay. What life do you desire? I know some people that they don't want to be a millionaire, they don't want to be a billionaire because they don't have purpose for the money. All they know how to do, all they desire is to sleep, to have a place to sleep, to have food to eat. That is all. If you desire more than that, then you have to learn to take bolder and more steps. What are the things that you did that gave you this current result? Double, triple it. Put in more effort. Upgrade your skill. Upgrade yourself. Upgrade your knowledge. Learn more things. As a salesperson, what skill can you acquire to get more sales? As a marketer, what skills can you acquire to get more sales, to reach more people? As a teacher, how can you teach to enable your students to understand more and even have more private students that you teach? How can you double your income? What was the thing that you did the first time that gave you that result? Then do it again and do it again and do it again. Increase, update, develop yourself. The 12th point is the father of the child began to notice gradual improvement. Remember the law of compounding. Don't underestimate the little results you see. They are capable of compounding into something big. Celebrate each win. Because of the effort that the father of the deaf child put in, he began to see improvement. He was not just only playing records for his child. He went ahead to get instruments that could help him hear more. He took steps. He now began to notice gradual improvement. So you are seeing improvement in your life. See, it will come like a flash. You just this is me. I have money today, more than I used to in my business. I got 2 referrals today. In the last 3 years, nobody ever referred me. That is improvement. When you notice it, don't pretend. Celebrate, man. How do you celebrate? You can take yourself out, journal, write it in your journal, reflect, thank God, rejoice. Yes. When you notice that little improvement, celebrate. Don't be like, I don't even know how to describe it because that cannot be me. Don't. It's not normal. Okay, it is exceptional to see results. Result is not easy. When people are not seeing it, you cheerlead yourself, celebrate yourself. My God, it is a lot already. The last point is the child began to manifest hearing ability because nature danced to the tune of his desire. When his father transformed this burning desire to hear into his child, he also adopted. He became aware that as he grew, he became aware that he could not hear, he could not speak. But his father put so much faith in him and made him to believe that you can hear. clapping for him. Oh, go girl, I'll go boy, when he dances to the tune of the record, cheer him up, motivate him, reading. He was reading him stories. He was reading bedtime stories. He was motivating him. My God, the burning desire of this child skyrocketed. One time he jumped over the fence. Like, he believed now so much that he can do anything. So when his mother did not allow him to go out and play with other children, he jumped out of the fence to play ball. He ventured into business at a very tender age. Started selling newspaper and any money. That burning desire allowed him to achieve. And at the age of 18, he could hear and speak, something that this guy did not have physical hearing. He didn't have physical hearing. This guy did not have physical hearing. He ended up hearing. He ended up speaking. So there is nothing you cannot become. But there is nothing. It may look difficult. The journey may be tough. It may not be easy to get there. You'll get there, my love. You get there. Don't say this video is long. Okay? Thank you. This is all I have for you. These 13 points are enough to set you up. Consider the story of this child that was deaf and dumb, had no physical ears, and could hear again just by taking some steps. If you also do these things highlighted in this video, becoming aware, taking ownership, challenging that situation as a dream carrier, not tolerating any contrary opinion, being satisfied, acknowledging what you have, working with what you have, upgrading yourself, and so many other things. The dream will now begin to dance to the tune of the song, of the record that you play, and then you now begin to manifest the life that you desire. When you begin to manifest the life that you desire, it is your responsibility to celebrate your little win until you get and you assume your full potential. Thank you for watching. I am very sure that you love this very premium content that I have brought to you passionately. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you comment. Make sure you come again next week for another premium content. Next week we'll be talking about rules that would help you to be productive in your life as a person. That may not be the exact topic, but we're going to be talking about rules that you can apply that would help you to become very productive, effectively productive. Stay tuned. Next time when you're coming, make sure you come again better than you were last week. Thank you. God bless you. Shalom.